how these problems are solved in general. So give it attention how to find the solution of this problem. So now let's see how we are going to solve these problems in general. In the first lesson, x plus 16x squared minus 24x plus 10 in the form of 4x plus a the whole square plus b. So in order to change this problem in the form of this one, or in order to explain this problem in the form of this one, we have different ways to describe this in the form of this one. So now let me show you how to just describe this problem. Now answer for this. Now first of all, we have to expand this problem in general mean. So how we are going to expand this one? That is 4x plus a the whole square. This is the first point that you're going to do whenever you are expressing this in the form of this one. First, let's expand this one. This means 4x plus a times 4x plus a. This is the way. So 4x times 4x is going to be what? 16x squared. 4x times a will be 4ax plus a times 4x, 4ax plus a times a will be a square, is that? Then this is exactly 16x squared plus 8ax plus a square, is that? So when we are expanding this problem, we can have this one. Now there is b value. So now this implies that you have to express this in the form of this one, mean 16x squared minus 24x plus 10 is gonna be 16x squared plus 8ax plus a squared plus b. You know, this is already what? That is 4x plus a the whole square. This we mean already plus b. So you know that any two algebraic expression will be the same if the corresponding parts of the two things are already the same. For example, look my hands. Now these two hands will be the same. These and these one are the same. Otherwise, it is impossible to say these one and these one are equal. So in general, in mathematics, if two expressions are generally the same, in that the corresponding parts of the two expressions should be the same. Corresponding parts of the two expressions that means the leading term for this and the leading term for this should be the same. But equalizing these and these no relevance. Therefore, in order to find the values of this one, this and this should be the same. So ax will be negative 12. 24x. Then x will be cancelled out. 8a is gonna be negative 24. Then you can divide by 8. A will be negative 3. So this is the value for a. Now, in order to find the value for b, now this constant should be equal to the constant for this one. Then we have to do this problem as a square plus b should be 10. And a is already from here negative 3. That is going to be negative 3 the whole square plus b, which is 10. Then b will be 10 minus 9 and b is going to be 1. This is how we are going to find the value for a and b. And hence, now we can say, now from here you can say that this expression can be written as this 16x squared minus 24x plus 10 is written as simply what? 4ax minus 3 the whole square plus 1. Is that? This is exactly 4x minus 3 the whole square plus 1. So we have already described this in the form of this one. So generally, in any mathematical problem, what you're going to do, for example, this is not the only condition. Whenever we do problems regarding to this one, if you are asked to express any quadratic expression in the form of different ways, now the first way is going to be you have to expand this problem, then expanding this and you can equalize and you can have the result. That's the way. For the second problem, what you're going to do, the second problem, you can just express this, you can describe this as a product, you can express these with the complex listing method. When we are using a complex listing method, we can describe this in the form of this one. And then when we are equalizing those, you can find A and B from that description. So that's the second way. Anyway, now let's come to how we are going to do B. What's B mean? It is given that the equation this, which is equal to K, has exactly one root. Then find the value of this root. So in order to find the value of the roots of this equation, first of all, we need to find the value for K. How we are going to determine the value of K? You have already given that. This means that 4x minus 3, the whole square, plus 1, which is going to be K, has what? Has one root mean what? Has one root. What does this mean? This problem has one root mean. You know that the discriminant b squared minus 4ac, this implies that b squared minus 4ac should be 0. Should be 0 because the problem has exactly one root mean. The discriminant b squared minus 4ac should be 0, and hence you know that the 16x squared minus 24x plus 10, and that is which is equal to K, has one root mean. You can bring this K, which is equal to 0, has one root. If this problem has one root, from here you can say that what's B? This one, 24 the whole square, negative minus 4, A is already times 16 times C is already 10. This is gonna be 0. You know that this C means this one. So this into 10 minus K is gonna be 0. First we need to find the value for K. Then now this means that 200, this means that 576 minus this is 64 into 10 minus K, that's gonna be 0. So this is negative 64 into 10 minus K is going to be negative 576. So 10 minus K is gonna be 576 over 64 because negative by negative will be cancelled out. And finally we have this one. So you know that 10 minus K is gonna be 10 minus K is going to be now the result of this one. So you know that's how we are going to divide this problem. 5, 7, 6 divide. This is 64. So this is now you can divide this one. I think it is going to be 6. Let it be 9. This is be 9. 9 times this 6. We have 3. This times this 54. That's 57. So the result is going to be like this one. Means that now 576 divided by 64 will be 9. So from here you can say that this implies that minus K is going to be negative 1 and K is going to be 1. So since the value for K is already 1, you know that this is 4x minus 3 the whole square plus 1 is gonna be 1. Then how we are going to the value for one root of this problem? Because you already know that this 16x squared minus 24x plus 10 mean 4x minus 3 the whole square plus 1. Is that? We already expanded the form in the form of this one. And K mean 1. So we have to equate because you know that this is exactly, now we can write this way. Because I have already expanded in the first case what this means. This is 4x minus 3 the whole square plus 1. And this is gonna be K. Because K is K, but I have already explained what this means. This means this one. Is that? So if this is equal to this one, this must be equal to this one. So you can equate this way, 4x minus 3 the whole square, which is equal to 0. This one cancelled by 1. Then 4x minus 3 will be square root of 0, now 0. 4x will be what? 3. X will be 3 over 4. So this is one root of this equation. Is that? The problem is done. Now this is how to find one root of the given problem. So generally, whatever the problem it may be, you can do any problem based on what you already found. So This is how to solve the first problem. Let's come to the second equation. A line with equation this. There is a line with equation this one. There is a line with equation this one. You have given the equation of the line. That's mx minus 6. Equation of the line. This equation of the line is tangent with the curve this one. There is another quadratic function that is given by x squared minus 4x plus 3. So the equation of this line mx minus 6 is tangent of this one. Tangent of this one. Find the possible value for the constant m. How we are going to find the constant m and the corresponding coordinates at which now the line touches the curve exactly at a point. Look, let me explain how we are going to do this problem in general. What is the relation between the equation of the line and the equation of the curve? If the line is tangent of this one, when we are equating together, the equation will have unique solution. The equation will have a unique solution. So how we are going to find this problem in general mean? You know that this line and this curve are meet at a point, mean how we are going to determine that intersection point. Now look, let's assume that now what will be the graph of this one first of all? The graph of this quadratic equation will be, you have to find the sum of two numbers, p plus q, that is negative 4, and pq is exactly 3. So what are the numbers? What does the number mean? The numbers is gonna be what? The sum of two numbers whose sum is this and whose product is 3. What are the numbers? So negative 1 and negative 3. The sum of this number is this one and the product is gonna be 3. So if the coefficient of the leading term is already 1, now the direct opposite of this number will be the solution. Means that 1 and 3 will be the zeros of this problem. These are the zeros of this problem, means that the graph of this problem crosses the x-axis at 1 and 3, and the graph is gonna be just like this one. This is the graph of the function, and the line y is equal to mx minus 6 is tangent of this. Let's assume the graph of this problem is tangent, because you know that when x is 0, it is negative 6, so the graph assumed to be tangent of this curve at this point. Let's assume this is the line. Assume that this is mx minus 6. I think this is an assumption. This is the intersection point of the line and the curve. So, if a line is tangent for the graph of the quadratic function, therefore, when we are equating the two functions, now the given equation will have unique roots or unique solution. So this means that x squared minus 4x plus 3, which is equal to mx minus 6 has one root. Is that? Has one root. Then, now this means that x squared minus 4x plus 3 minus mx plus 6 is gonna be 0. Then let's collect this together. X squared minus 4x minus mx plus 9, which is equal to 0. And then here, x squared minus, x is common taken out, this plus m plus 9, that is going to be 0. So this is the value, because whenever we take out x as a common, that is minus x, 4 plus m. So from here, now this problem has one root, means that this implies that b squared minus 4ac is exactly 0. What do we mean? B mean that is 4 plus m. 4 plus m, the whole square minus 4 times a is already 1 and c is 9. This is going to be 0. So 4 plus m, the whole square is minus 36, which is going to be 0. Then, when we are solving this problem, when we are solving this equation, 4 plus m, the whole square is gonna be 36. Is that? Because you can move this on the right direction. So from this, 4 plus m is going to be plus or minus 36, square root of 36. 4 plus m will be what? That's plus or minus 6. M will be what? 6 minus 4, or m will be minus 6 minus 4. This implies the value for m is going to be 2 or minus what? Minus 10. So this is the value for m. So the value for m is going to be either what? Either 2 or minus 10. If it is already 10, look this one. If it is already 10, because the graph of the quadratic function is just like this one. If m is already, look, 2, the graph is going to be this way. It is going to be this way. It will cross this way. If it is already minus 10, the graph is going to be like this one. So there will not be an x-intercept of this one. So this implies that m is equal to 2 is the value. M is equal to 2 is its only value. That's me, sorry. I think, let me say something again. Look, now the graph of the quadratic function is going to be like this one. And you know that y is equal to mx minus 6 is the equation of the line. And from here, the y-intercept of this problem is obviously that's 0 minus 6. Is that? 0 minus 6. This is the point, the y-intercept. If this is the y-intercept, and if we are changing, this is already minus 10. If this is minus 10, y is going to be negative 10x minus 6. So what will be the graph of this one? The graph for this problem, the y-intercept of this problem will be this one, and the x-intercept is going to be what? When we are making this, that is 0, which is equal to minus 10x minus 6. Then minus 10x is going to be 6. X is going to be negative 6 over 10. So the graph is going to be like this one. So this will not be the value for m. So this implies that m is only 2. So this is the value. Therefore, now in hints, because if m is already negative 10, the graph is going to be this one. So there is no relation between this curve and this line. But if m is already 2, the equation of the line is going to be y is equal to 2x minus 6. Is that? This is 2x minus 6. So that's the reason we only take the value for m is exactly 2. But m is negative means that the graph of y is equal to minus 10x minus 6 is going to be like this one. If it is like this one, there is no relation between the graph of this and the line. Is that? So because of this, the value for m is going to be like this one. So we have to take only m value, which is 2. Then, how we are going to determine this point in general? How we are going to determine this point? Now, in order to determine this point, you have to do, we have to equate the equation of the line. Means that x squared minus x into 4 plus m minus 36. Is that? I mean, that's going to be plus 3, which is going to be 0. Is that? This is a cosine, sorry. You know that at the very beginning, the equation of this is x squared. This is x squared minus 4x plus 3. And this is exactly mx minus 6. When we are equating this problem, x squared minus 4x plus 3, which is going to be 2x minus 6. Is that? So let's bring all these side. Minus 6x plus 9 is going to be 0. So this means that x minus 3 the whole square is going to be 0. X is going to be 3. So look how we are going to do this problem. Now, in the case of this one, what you have to be careful here, you already have x squared minus 4x plus 3 is going to be m is to 2x minus 6. X squared minus 4x minus 2x plus 3 plus 6, that's going to be 0. X minus 6x plus 9 is going to be 0. I'm repeating. Now, what this means? This is a perfect quadratic expression, and here, what's the square root of this one? X. What's the sign? Minus. What's the square root of this? 3. The whole square is going to be what? 0. X minus 3 is going to be 0. X over 3. If x is 3, what's the value of y? So y will be 2x minus 6. Then, this is exactly 2 times 3 minus 6. y will be what? 0. So the coordinate is going to be what? Therefore, the coordinate, the intersection of the line and the curve is going to be what? Is going to be, that is going to be 3, 0. So this is the intersection of the graph of this quadratic function, the graph of this quadratic function, and these lines. So this is all about our today's lesson. Maybe if you have any questions, doubt regarding to this one, you are welcome. For the next lesson, we're going to meet with another program. Thank you for today. Have a nice time. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye.